we find ourselves at the back of the Formula 1 2013 grid at Spa. Welcome to the video, I'm Jord, and today we're going to be driving Kimi Räikkönen's Lotus E21 in Assetto Corsa. And listen to that V8 rev, an engine so good in fact that I had to turn all my graphics settings down because my computer couldn't handle it. Thank you for the insight, Fernando, but it's going to add to the authentic 2013 experience with 2013 video quality. Anyways, we're going to do 6 laps around Spa, and I'm just going to see how many positions we can gain. No position indicator, we're just going to drive as fast as we can and see where it is at the end. Maybe we'll even surprise ourselves. And in the meantime, we're going to talk about this mod, which will be linked in the description below, and the 2013 Formula 1 season, and my kind of memories of it. The last season, of course, with the 2.4 litre V8s. V8 engine, probably the one I remember most from Formula 1, and I certainly have some very good memories of this season. A couple of drivers on this grid, actually, just to make a point of, one being the late Jules Bianchi, who unfortunately had a fatal incident in the following season to this, but it's good that we can remember him in video games and mods like this. So gone, but definitely not forgotten. Another driver on the grid making his Formula 1 debut this season was a certain Valtteri Bottas, which makes me feel a little bit old. But anyway, we are driving as Kimi Räikkönen, probably my favourite driver of all time, as we get punted off going 3 wide into the bus stop chicane. Not always the best idea, but yeah, we're driving as Kimi Räikkönen in this Lotus, the Lotus E21. This was probably one of my favourite Räikkönen eras. I mean, all Kimi Räikkönen's sort of stints with different teams have been pretty epic, but this one's kind of a standout one for me because this Lotus was by no means the quickest car on the grid. There were 2 or 3 other teams that had quicker cars than this one, but he still managed to get it on the podium a few times and on the top step of the podium a couple of times, which shows, I think, just his pure skill and ability. And also, it was in this car, while he was with this team, we got some pretty infamous memes, which is always a good thing. So yeah, definitely good memories of Kimi in this kind of V8 era, which he also won the 2007 World Championship. That was the second year of the V8s, so that's pretty cool. Also, we have Sebastian Vettel driving for Red Bull, his last season with Red Bull, where he won his 4th consecutive World Drivers' Championship. At the time, he was only the 3rd driver ever to do so. Of course, #blessed has matched that as well. As we go around the bus stop on to lap number 3, I believe we're on, if I can count properly. Mark Webber also did his last season in 2013, so pretty cool that he kind of brought his career to an end with the V8s. Just overtake Romain Grosjean, who was pretty new to F1 this season too. It's good to see him doing well in America now. as we get around this corner. I should probably get my racing driver excuses out of the way. I had to turn the AI down. One, because I'm not very quick. I'm still pretty much a beginner to sim racing, and this car is way beyond my skill level. And so we have a look ahead now. I believe that's a McLaren in front of us. Is it a McLaren or is it a Sauber? Can't quite tell, but in front of that is a Williams, driven by... Nah, it's a Sauber. But yeah, the Williams driven by Pastor Maldonado, one of the Formula 1 GOATs, the last driver to win Grand Prix in a Williams. As we just about find the space to get past the Sauber there and come down on his way into the bus stop onto the back of a Ferrari. Either Fernando Alonso or Felipe Massa. I'm not sure which one this is, but we go for a disgusting dive bomb up the inside, but he comes back around the outside, so we don't quite manage to get the job done. But we're gonna go back past him on the way up Eau Rouge, or is that Radion actually? I'm not sure. And down the Camel Straight with that V8 screaming. It made such a good sound. I also remember the Formula 1 2013 official video game that I spent many hours on, doing 5 seasons. The career mode was only 5 seasons long, as I think we're behind the McLaren of Sergio Perez.
Come on, get that McLaren out of the way.
Kimi getting a little bit impatient there, as we get a lot of speed out of that last corner, and we'll catch up to the next car, which I believe is another Williams. Now, the Williams of this era actually were a pretty strong midfield car, if I remember rightly. It took a bit of a nosedive in the following years, which was unfortunate. So I do quite like the Williams as a team. A lot of history, been in Formula 1 a while. But we get past it and see if we can just defend the inside at the bus stop and make sure the move's done. As the car squirms a little bit there, but we managed to keep it all in check. With the Iceman cool as a cucumber. As we get round T1, use all of the track and a little bit more, as the famous racing drivers would say, you paid for the track, so you will use all of the track. And it looks like we've got a bit of clear air here, so we can try and put in some fast laps, or some as fast as I can drive laps, which isn't very fast. So I'm not doing Kimi much justice here, but that's okay. It's not real, remember. Using all of the track again. I think the thing I struggle with these cars, like I do with most Formula cars, is the steering. I find you've got to steer a little bit earlier with these cars, and they seem to turn quite wide, not much steering lock. So it's something a little bit tricky from it. Plus the fact this 2.4 litre V8 makes around about 800 horsepower, I believe, in a car that weighs not very much. But you have got all that downforce to help you. Not as much downforce on the 2013 cars. They were a little bit understeer it, if I remember correctly. I keep saying if I remember correctly because it was nearly 10 years ago was this season, so it was quite a while ago for me. So congratulations to the maker of this mod for making me feel old. You will need the Red Pack DLC to be able to use this mod, but it's definitely worth it. You get, I think, a couple of Ferrari Formula 1 cars in that pack, which is always good, as I believe we are on the last lap now. See if we can make any progress towards the cars in front. They do look a little bit of a long way off, but I have turned the AI down quite a bit, just because I'm a noob. I think we are gaining. Car in front getting a little bit bigger around each corner. Now, looks like it's a Red Bull, probably Mark Webber, I imagine. So see if we can catch the Aussie man before the end of the race. You will see me lift off into there and get the power on kinda as I'm going round the corner. Seem to get a lot more speed on the exit than the AI does. Car's getting closer and closer. Oh, you just get a bit too enthusiastic with the right foot there and get the car to squirm. And that's probably going to be the end of our pursuit for any more positions. Which is unfortunate, but we tried as best. And we'll see where we finish when we get to the end of the line. And it is in fact P7. Not a bad drive from Kimi there at all. Well, thank you very much for watching the video. There is a link to the mod in the description. I'll see you in the next one.